friends, we came back to the last campsite, but today we brought some meat and vegetables to cook over the fire. And well, the same thing. The type of fishing we did the last time when we caught bogus and catfish. This time we already prepared it and set it up in advance. Look at this. The weather's pretty uncertain, so let's see if we can catch the carp and the boga and see how the food turns out. We also brought stuff to make some cakes and, above all, to see if we can reinforce the camp for the night. The important thing is that we have plenty of firewood here, but we still need to renew the firewood. So now we're going to go out and look for some to start the fire and save some time. All right, let's start preparing the meat. Let's season it, salt it, so it's ready when the fire leaves some good embers. I wasn't sure whether to use fine salt or the seasoned salt that already has spices in it, but I think it'll turn out better with the seasoned salt. All right, it's nicely salted now. What do you think? How does it look to you? We'll likely use the small grill since cooking on a spit would be complicated, but we'll wait for some coals before setting up the small grill. We're going to check the fishing rods and refresh the bait. This will help us set up the bench. Look at all the spiders on it. All right, I'm going to leave this little piece of liver for a little bird that's been flying around here since this morning. Let's see if we can catch it eating. Up there, it's safe. All right, you saw how it came down, but let's try to leave it here so you can get a good look at what kind of bird it is. Look who's back there. Do you think it's in the same spot? But this time, I left it there so you can see it clearly. How incredible and beautiful that bird is. Honestly, I don't know its name, but that's why I want it to come down here to this spot. I forgot the vegetables while washing them in a small bag. Look, the meat is coming along, so let's leave it on this side. Well, this is getting juicy. Look, what do you think about this point? The fat I have left, I'm going to use it to melt and make some cakes later on. The vegetables are still there. All right, let's melt a little bit of the fat we have left to make some cakes in a bit. Look, here we have some fat ready. Let's take it to the stove. We brought a good log earlier since it likely won't last the night here in Uruguay. Check out this delicious roasted onion. Now we're going to add some salt and dig in too. Well, the potato turns out like a new potato. Look, let's see if we can eat a little bit here on the side, so we don't waste it. We need a lot more firewood for the fire because it's going out on us. We have at least an hour of daylight left. I've refreshed the bait, but we've only had bait stealers, no bites yet. The dough is rising, and look who's back over there. He's waiting for another serving of food. It seems he's very beautiful. The bird has a red eye. Look, my friend, didn't this handle count it wrong? Since it's for camping, it comes back here often and spends a lot of time around the fire. We already have the last batch. Here it's a little brown, but just the color to add some variety. We'll use this oil to restart and build a strong campfire. What do you say? What do you think? They don't look very aesthetic, but they're good. Well, friends, I'm not sure you can see me, but it's already night. I added whatever I found nearby to the fire, since you can't see anything here. I didn't bring flashlights, since we didn't plan to fish at night, but things are slow. So, well, in a little while, we're going to go take a look around, see if we've learned anything, and if we have time, we'll get it ready. There's no problem here either, but, well, let's see if we can catch a fish now that night has fallen. Well, I want you to listen to the cries of the birds that are in here, so you can tell me what it could be. I'm gonna get a little closer. Let's see if I left it there for you to listen. A lot of bait stealers look. I put a really small piece of liver on, and there's no way. Let's bait the hook again and cast. Well, friends, after fishing all day and trying everything, it just wasn't our day. Lately, fishing has been pretty slow. So, as always, I thank you all for joining me anyway, for watching and for being a part of this. So, well, until next time, folks.